You might have to wait a long time.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome on in. Zero, thank you so much for the raid. Y'all should be following Zero. If you're watching this later and you're not, go follow Artificer Lab on Twitch and just check out all of Zero's stuff. Cool. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome on in, everyone. If you don't know me, I'm DC. You can find me everywhere, DC Lasair. Go to dclasair.com for all of my info. That's dclasair.com. I'm producer to the stars and internet famous. Just like that. Thanks for coming on in, everybody. And let's see here who is in here. Oh, man, we got a lot of people to say hi to. Cypher, hello. Fernando, hi. Here, Catherine, Zero. Nick, Springleaf, Chaos Mage Cat. That's everyone. I think I got everyone right now. Yeah, welcome on in. And thank you, Black Widow, for the follow. I appreciate that. That's fantastic. So, since today is Friday, it's Tech Friday on my channel. Yay. However, a holiday weekend in the US means not a lot of tech announcements happened this week. So, it's AMA. If you're interested in producing a TTRPG stream, you want to know about streaming in general, you want to know something about me, we'll open it up. You want to know something about, you have a TTRPG you want to talk about, feel free to fire off that question in chat, and I will answer to the best of my ability. If you were there for Zero streams, I was able to say that. So this is personal good news, yay. That this morning I got word that I'm going to be a producer for a TTRPG actual play. It's a short thing to go with the Kickstarter. They'll be filming throughout August, and then in September, you'll all get to see it. So yeah, I'll be producing and editing, and that's a lot of fun. I can't say the name of it, because that's an NDA thing, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you all enjoy it too, when that Kickstarter launches. Should be pretty fantastic. And thank you, yeah. So I'm very happy. I do have one thing to show off. Courtesy of my aunt, oddly enough, who had a gift card and let me use some of it for helping her out on some things. So let me see if I can dig up the link for you all real quick, and then I'll put the thing on camera. I just want to make sure I have the right thing. But I got one of those digital frame things. Specifically this one. And grab it here. Ta-da! It's on the weather right now, but I can set it for a bunch of different things. I can even program this to show what I want to show. This is one of the default weather things. I love it. I'm eventually going to have it so y'all can see it on stream continually. Because that'll be a lot of fun. But yeah. Unexpected thing, but pretty neat. I'm just starting to learn it and look at all the options there. There's basically an app you download. You connect it via Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, and it gives you all the things. That's a fun thing. Anyway, yes. So today is question day. You want to talk TTRPG stuff, tech stuff. You have a question. You want some of the deep DC lore. Put it in chat. Let's see here. Things I've been using recently. Deep DC lore. Hey, Urban Bohemian, welcome on in. Ooh, why hats? Why hats? Well, it's convoluted in some ways and really simple in others. Like the simple, easy answer is I like hats. I think people should wear more hats. And there was, there was a time when people would wear hats, and I just kind of enjoy that idea of people wearing hats. And then, there's there would be a title card that came up if you went to the movies, and it would say, "Ladies, please remove your hats." And I'm like, that's fantastic. You'd wear hats, but you'd want to take it off so the person behind you could see, because it probably wasn't, like these tiered stadium things like we get. So you take off your hat to not be rude to the person behind you, but you still had a hat. And that was glorious. And yeah, I think people look good in hats, and should wear more of them. Or more people should wear hats and try them out, because they're kind of awesome. And I like the look of a lot of them. Hey, kitty. No eating the green screen. We know this, yes? My current favorite piece of tech. Ooh. Well, the always answer is going to be the Stream Deck by Elgato. Let's see here. I can pick it up and not wreck anything else. Ta-da! Stream Deck. Hey, Brian. Did I just miss wisdom about the secret of the hat reveal? Yeah. But my current favorite thing, let me turn myself down a little bit. I almost peaked there. One of my current favorite things is this mic right here. This is the, oh boy, the PodMic USB from Rodecaster. I really like how this sounds. I really like how this makes me sound. And plus, I plug it in the Rodecaster Duo. Does a lot of stuff. I have filtered. Hey, kitty. Yes. Hi. Yes. We all know you're here. I'm going to have to pick you up and pay the cat tax eventually. So yeah, so hat reveal is I like hats. I think people look good in hats and should try wearing more hats. Try a hat. Okay, come here. Come here. You gotta come here now. This is me and the kitty. So yeah, currently my favorite piece of tech is this microphone right here. It just sounds fantastic, and it isn't expensive as far as microphones go. It's more than some mics, but yes, hi, yes, hello. Oh, time to get down. Yes, okay, there you go. There you go. And if you want a link to it, their products, microphones. Well, where is it? Yeah, so I have the PodMic USB. The thing I like about the PodMic, other than how my voice sounds through it, is that it has both uh, XLR and USB, hence the name. And I could take this with me to places and set it up and have a great sounding USB mic with me. There was something I just saw the other day video on that I remember what it was, because one of the YouTubers I watch mentioned this. So let me make sure I get the name right. So a piece of tech I'm curious about currently. Let me just make sure I get the right thing. No, here we go. Yeah. So if you've heard of a company called OBSBot, they make a whole bunch of cameras, and they make PTZ cameras, which are pan tilt zoom cameras, and I think they are PTZ cameras are fantastic additions for just tracking movement and everything. Can make your stream a little more dynamic. Anyway, they came out with a Tiny 2 light camera, so it's small. It's a small boy. And let's see here if I can shorten this link for everybody. That would be probably fantastic. There you go. But for about $180, you have a pretty fantastic camera that does a lot. Right, it goes 4K, 30 FPS, 1080p, 60 FPS, auto tracking, and I think if you're just starting, it's probably a pretty good idea. Or if you want an extra camera, not a bad choice. They're not very big, so they can easily fit in the space. And they look pretty good. The image was pretty nice, so at least of the images I've seen in YouTube videos, they look good. So yeah, if you're looking for a new camera, or someone says, "Hey, I'm just starting," that might be a good choice. I mean, something that can follow you around can just make things more dynamic on your stream. So consider that one if you're going through or know someone starting. I love it. We're going to go down rabbit holes this stream, by the way. And I didn't explain why I love the Stream Decks. I just said I did. So I think I should expand upon the Stream Deck answer, why it's my favorite piece of tech. Because I can do so much with it. It runs my streams. I got a color picker, so I need to know what a color is. I can just press the button over a color that my mouse is on. It tells me the hex code for the color. I can show you all things. I can control my music, my lights. They're just very versatile, and I can't run a stream without buttons. So they're really good buttons. see here. So, yeah. And completely randomly off topic, SGDQ, Super Games Done Quick, is running this week. And if you didn't watch yesterday, Peanut Butter was on. Peanut Butter was there last year. Peanut Butter is a dog. And it's trained to push a button on controller. And this week it played yesterday it played a baseball game. And it's amazing. Yeah, you gotta watch Peanut Butter's segment. Yeah. It was about... Actually, GDQ has it nice. So if you look for the... oh man, I can't remember the name of the player. Oh yeah, I think the Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball game segment from yesterday. And if you go to their Twitch, GDQ has chapter markers for all their things. It's one of the later in the day ones, around 8 p.m. Eastern or so. So check it out. They set up a special controller. They have the dog trained to press the buttons and play games. I don't remember the one Peanut Butter premiered on last year, but there's also a last year run. And it's fantastic to watch. You want to see a dog play a game. It was Gyromite. Yeah, GDQ last year was Gyromite, and that was awesome. But definitely check out Peanut Butter's runs. The bestest boy in all of gaming. It was pretty fantastic. I won't spoil what happens, but if you have a chance to watch it, it's about 30 minutes long. Go ahead and check it out, because it's really fantastic. And they had Peanut Butter at the event. They kind of controlled when people could come in and leave, just I think for Peanut Butter's sake during that time. But it's excellent, and the crowd was fantastic, and it's a great watch. So definitely check that out. Also, there's just been quite a few great runs this year as well. I don't speed run, but I like watching speed runs. Plus, I get to see games I normally wouldn't be exposed to. I think that's the big draw for me, is being able to see so many different games I wouldn't otherwise think about checking out. So yeah, and there's more speedruns today and tomorrow yet. That's pretty fantastic. All right. Let's see here. What else we got today? Oh, shoot. I had an idea and it left my mind. Anyway, answering questions. So, AMA, anything you want to know. Like weird childhood lore about me or anything like that. See, like I said, because it's holiday in U.S., there wasn't a lot of things going on, so I'll just answer whatever questions you got. Whether it be around D&D, TTRPGs. What cartoons was Kid DC watching? Oh. So I was I was late 70s, 80s kid. Well, into the 90s, like, you know. And, but I really enjoyed Star Blazers, or, Space Battleship Yamato, as people will call it. But Star Blazers came on at 6:30 a.m. on Saturdays in my area. So I would be up watching that show every day, or every Saturday. That was my cartoon, because all the like neat cartoons for a while aired at 6:30 a.m. on one of my local stations. So we got things like robotics and visionaries. And let's see here. There might have even been a Gem and the Holograms run then too. Visionaries, you're right. I had some of those toys too. Why did they have it on so early? I don't know. Sometimes I would get up early enough that'd be that. So there was a time when TV networks weren't 24/7, and before they would start their broadcasting day, this TV network would have a thing on, and that weird robotic voice kind of guy would come on, and they would say how many hertz the station ran at and where it was located, and all like the FCC, we have a license to broadcast info. And then Star Blazers would come on. I guess back in the day with time zones, they didn't run their shows at local time versus national time. Yeah. But man, let's see, what other cartoons I check out? Smurfs was a big one for me, and Transformers. I watched GoBots too, but the toys weren't great. But I did kind of watch GoBots and G.I. Joe. And the Garfield cartoon was fantastic with U.S. Acres. Yeah, that was good stuff. And hey, Vancouver, we don't talk about GoBots. Exactly. Hey, Vancouver by night. You missed Visionaries discussion? I just touched on it. I really didn't. Okay, so the Visionaries cartoon was just strange. Defenders of the Earth. Yeah, watch Defenders of the Earth as well. The one thing I remember about the Visionaries cartoon was that it had to do with these warriors, and of course there was good and evil, and they had these holograms on their chests, and the various animal powers. Magical warriors of light, exactly. And this particular episode had someone gaining these special magic abilities, and they cast a spell on someone to kind of tangle them up, and they said they had like hair grow, and all this various hair on the body grow, and it would string them up, and then it goes toe hair grow, and hair came up out of this guy's toes and wrapped them up. And that's pretty much the only thing I remember from that cartoon. Yeah, toe hair grow, and the hair on the top of the toes grew up and wrapped around a tree, and the guy had a beard hair too, and that wrapped around a tree, and the guy was tied up with toe hair, and it was just one of the weirdest things. And Defenders of the Earth was a cartoon with heroes that kids probably didn't know too much about, like Black Panther, Mandrake the Magician, and there was another one. There's 3 of them. Cartoons back in the day went wild in a completely different way than early to mid 90s cartoons do. This is true. Flash Gordon. Yeah, it was Flash Gordon. No, it was the Panther, sorry. It wasn't Black Panther, but Panther. Was that his name? I don't remember. Yeah, it was like Panther, Mandrake the Magician, and Flash Gordon. We have the license to these characters because no one else owns them, right? The Phantom. Yeah, the Phantom. That's it. That's who I was trying to remember. That terrible movie with Billy Zane. Versus Ming the Merciless. Yeah. And let's see here. Smurfs, GoBots, Shirt Tales. I watched Shirt Tales because it was another We Want to Sell You Toys cartoon. But Shirt Tales were these cute animals in shirts that said different things on their shirts. Snorks, yes, I definitely watched Snorks. Snorks lived underwater, and there were these roundish critters with tubes coming out of their heads. Gummy bears, yes, because they bounced here and there and everywhere. High adventure beyond compare. Gummy bears was amazing. The raccoons. Ooh, the raccoons. Yes, I barely remember that. Probably because it was more Canadian, as you're pointing out, it was more Canadian than anything else. But I believe I saw like an episode or something somewhere along the way. Oh, what? Wacky Races? Watch that. And then later on, there was Animaniacs and Tiny Toons, Animaniacs, Batman, the animated series. What else was there? Reboot. I watched a little Reboot. I could never get into Reboot. I know it was early computer animation, but I didn't enjoy it, and it didn't grab me like it did other people. Let's see what else. It was episodic for the first 2 seasons, then it got dark. Oh wow. Yeah, I checked it out like first season stuff, and I just the first season of it I couldn't get into it. Yeah, there was the Disney Afternoon at one point. So you had cartoons like Tailspin and Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Eventually there was Darkwing Duck. Oh, Captain Power and the Soldiers of the Future. Okay, so Captain Power was this live action show, and you got toys with it, right? And if you got the toys, Captain Power, they all had these special suits of armor that did thing, and Captain Power being the main white hero. But you could take the toy and aim it at the screen, and the enemies would have this red flashy bit on them. And so you could aim, and it would make a sound when you hit the enemy, but the enemy could also hit you, so it would make a sound if you got hit by one of the enemy bursts of energy coming out at you. Yeah, it was light sensor, yeah. And so it could make a sound, and then after a few hits, your little pilot would eject out of the thing. But yeah, that show went dark too. Like, fun kid show, neat robot things, and then suddenly someone dies and you're like, oh okay. Right, yep, straight up animizing people. Captain Power was written by JMS Babylon 5, so not surprising. And let's see here. Oh, there was this terrible cartoon, and it aired early on in the morning on NBC, and it was called Kissy Fur, and it was about this little bear named Kissy Fur and his dad, and they got thrown off a circus train, and they live with some forest animals they find. And, so the evil circus people were always trying to come capture them. And it was awful. I think the only reason it stuck with me was because the name of it was Kissy Fur. And I just didn't like that name at all. DVD goes into some plans they had for season 2. Oh, nice. Looks that up. Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty bad. And if you decide to watch the intro on YouTube or whatever, there's how it was spelled, I believe. But yeah, like, if you need to watch it, watch a couple minutes, and then you have every single episode. Said your favorite tech was the Stream Deck, but which Stream Deck? Oh my. I mean, you have the Stream Deck XL, which is just big and has lots of buttons, and the Stream Deck Plus, which has the knobs. Oh, that's a hard choice. But I'm going to go with the Stream Deck XL. Yeah. Just because the amount of information I can see all at once is fantastic. I always have a clock. I can see what day it is. I have plenty of buttons to do all the things I need to do. I also have this button. It does that. And I have to, and because it has so many buttons, I don't have to worry about creating a bunch of extra folders. I can have most of the commands I need on one screen. I've seen non-streamers use a Stream Deck for productivity stuff. Do you use it for outside of streaming? Yeah. So, one of my favorite things is because I can put specific Discord channels listed. It's like a Discord TV guide for me. So I have a folder on the regular Stream Deck just called Discord. I hit it, and then the channels I visit the most on certain Discords have buttons. So I don't need to know where the Discord is on my Discord list on the side. I just hit the button. I go right to that Discord and right to that channel. So, I like if I'm a mod somewhere, I have that Discord TV guy. Yeah. If I'm a mod somewhere, I probably have a button to go right to the mod channels so I can get information. Or if someone has a tech channel, I probably have a button to go to their that tech channel. Another thing I use is there's a Windows mover. So instead of clicking and dragging a window over, if Windows decides to put it up on some other monitor, I can just hit the button and that window goes to the monitor I want it to go to. Let's see here. Like I said earlier, I have the color picker. I also have on one Stream Deck, I have multiple time zones, all on their own button, so I can see what time friends in Chicago are in, or Los Angeles. I got London and Sydney timer, and I can set these up for whatever city I want and make more buttons to it. So if I need to remind myself of the time, I don't have to calculate. I can just go, okay, they're in this area, so yep, it's that time for them, and I should probably hold off on messaging. Also, sometimes I'm up at 3 a.m. and I'm like, oh, yeah, I need to message this person about this thing. We'll probably send that later. What else? Oh, if the game is on my PC and it's one I'm playing a lot, so this button rotates in and out, but I will put the game as a button right on the Stream Deck, so I just have to hit the button instead of trying to find the game in my icon list, double click it and everything. I can just hit the button and have the game launch. Also, I have it set up to play and pause my music. So currently I'm using Tidal for my music, and I really enjoy that. And I just get quick play pause button. If I'm on another screen, I don't have to worry about, and I can keep Tidal minimized, and then I can just hit that button and it'll pause the track for me. Let's see, I'm looking at my other buttons now to see if I can think of anything else. But yeah, those are my main outside of streaming things. The Discord TV guide is one of my favorite things to do with it. Because I'm just like, okay, I need to see this channel. Okay, what's happening here? I need to know this. And I just press the button and I'm there. I don't have to search for wherever I put it on my Discord list. Love it. Trying to think if there's anything else I use. No, those are all streaming related. There's a lot of streaming related stuff on my Stream Deck. Another streaming, this is kind of streaming related, but you could set it up to do it with whatever type of thing you're doing. If you need more than one program, you can set up a multi-action to open up multiple programs. So before I few minutes before I stream, I just have a button that says open, and it goes down a list and opens up all the programs I use to stream with currently. So it activates OBS, StreamerBot, my camera software. It activates Caster Labs for the chat, so I can see everyone chatting at me, whether they be on Twitch or YouTube. And of course, StreamerBot runs the stream. So yeah, if you need to do work and you need multiple programs opened up at the same time, definitely create a multi-action in Stream Deck and just assign them to open. I put a delay between things just so my PC doesn't go like, it's too much all at once. So I'll have a program and then, I'll have it wait so many milliseconds before launching the next one. All right, let's see. Looking at sites, seeing if they have anything interesting that came up. Making sure I'm not missing anything in chat. All right. Oh, I did see an article today. I don't remember where I saw it. And this is in news that no one's going to like type thing, because it has to deal with Twitter. So apparently, the latest change coming to Twitter, if it does, is that you'll no longer see likes or retweets or anything like that. You'll see the number of people who like the tweet in the corner, and then you either swipe left or swipe right on the tweet to like it or not. So that's the latest change that looks to be coming down the pipe. Wait, what? Yeah. See if I can find an article on it. So here's an article about it on Mashable. Along with the removal of the buttons, repost, like, and reply counts will also be removed from each individual post. Instead of tapping on a button, Twitter wants users to swipe left or right on a post in order to like or reply. I understand prioritizing mobile use, but what does that do to web interfaces? Yeah, I have no idea. I haven't seen anything about what that does to the web experience, which is how I use most things, because I dislike the mobile web a lot, except for a few apps. Also, that's a huge user interaction training issue just to change it overnight. Yep. People are going to say, nah, yeah. Excuse me a second. Got it. Itch. That's comforting. But there's the article on Mashable if you want to check that out. Don't worry, I'll try to find better articles. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm just looking for articles right now to talk about. So I hope everyone will have a relaxing weekend planned. I don't really have any plans this weekend. There is a food truck thing in my downtown area, and I might go to that. That runs all weekend, so I may find what day will be less hot and go out. And do that because food trucks are awesome. Let's see here. Yeah, feel free to keep asking questions in chat while I just look for things. Let's see here. If you're interested in tech wearables, Samsung Galaxy Ring will be announced in the near future. Compete with the Aura Ring and a few others that I can't remember the name of. Prime Day is not too far away. Let's see. Well, love food trucks and Kiss Me in Orlando suburb. There is a permanent food truck market, around 15 or so trucks with a variety of cuisines. Awesome. Yeah, I'd love that. Yeah, here we have a food truck Friday, so you can go to that. And then sometimes there's special food truck events. Yeah, permanent food truck market would be cool. Let's see, what else can we check out? TechCrunch. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff I just don't care about. Oh, I should mention this. If you use Roll20, it behoove you to change your password and maybe your payment thing. They did have a data breach on June 29th. So if you have a Roll20 account, please take a look at it, make sure it's okay, change your password, all that type of thing. They at the time of this article is written, they have no evidence that the data is being misused, and no password or card numbers were exposed. But yeah, so it's a kind of a just in case thing. But if you want to read up on it, here's an article from TechCrunch. All right, let's break into some. Oh, and going back to cartoons, I've watched a lot of cartoons. Oh, a lot. And for a very long time. So, oh, yeah, well, I'm going to take a break and we'll get into some more TTRPG related news here. So, take a break, be about 5 minutes, get up, stretch, exercise your hands, get a snack. Hello, kitty. Welcome back. Kitty's here. Well, okay. Pet the cat. We maybe get another kitty thing. Jump into work. Thanks for having us. Yeah, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. All right, come on. You gotta be on screen before we go to break. Yep. Yep. That's just the rules. Sorry. Yep. Everyone say hi to Hannah. Who did okay with the fireworks. It was a little nervous at first, but kind of got over it and then was okay. And she had her people around her, so okay, you want to get down now? Okay, there you go. All right, so let's take a break, and I'll be right back in about 5 minutes. Gonna run some ads, so stay tuned.
the king has made his final choice to spend the rest of his life with the woman he loves.
Welcome back, everyone. Hope you all had a good break. I thought of another couple cartoons to talk about. So, first one is Masks, M-A-S-K-S, and it was an abbreviation for something. But they wore these helmets that had special powers, and their vehicles would transform into other vehicles with like guns and various things on them. And I remember most of the any kind of transforming cartoon was such a vibe. Yeah, like the main hero was a white guy, blonde-haired dude named Matt Tracker, and his car, you on the toy you press a button and the doors came up like wings because the car could fly, of course, and there was two guns on the side, and then it could fly. Sure. And I also remember it because the villain, which was an old white guy with a gray mustache, his name was Miles Mayhem. And I kind of love that name. Again, probably not a great show, but they had this cool tech stuff, right? Imagine me watching a cartoon because it has neat tech things in it. But, and their theme song, I can't remember all of it, but the line I remember is Masked Crusaders working overtime all the time. And I'm like, they must be tired. Wow. You're going to name a final boss Miles Mayhem one day, aren't you? Yes, I am. Such a great name. Really didn't need to know much about him other than his name was Miles Mayhem, and that's what he did because he was the bad guy. I don't remember what his vehicle was or what his helmet power was. I just remember his name was Miles Mayhem. And and the other cartoon I wanted to mention the Ghostbusters cartoon because there was two of them. There was the real Ghostbusters, which was named after the movie that everyone loves and everything like that. But there's a reason that was called the real Ghostbusters, because the Ghostbusters was a terrible Filmation cartoon that had two guys that were investigating, and they had an ape named Tracy that was their friend, and they fought against a villain named Prime Evil, another great villain name. Remember, kids, always protect your IP. Yeah. So if you want the Ghostbusters based on the famous movie cartoon, you want to watch the real Ghostbusters, and not the cartoon that was just called the Ghostbusters, which was based on apparently a terrible TV show of the same name called The Ghostbusters, which had two guys and someone wearing a gorilla costume, and I don't know what they did, but yeah. Some cartoons had great villain names. Like, they were either excessively silly or you just like, ooh, that's a good villain name. Like Megatron. Megatron's a good villain name, right? But the GoBots one was Psy-Kill. I'm like, that's fantastic. and he transformed into a motorcycle. And it was great. It meant Kitty has returned, so attention must be paid to the cat. Yeah, so I thought about those cartoons. I was taking the break. And there's Batman the Animated Series is always wonderful to watch. I heard Ghostbuster from the other room and wondered if you were going to mention the one with the gorilla or Ghostbuster Extreme. Oh yeah, because there was Extreme Ghostbusters as well, wasn't there? Yeah. So the real Ghostbusters and Extreme Ghostbusters kind of same universe. It was a sequel to the real Ghostbusters cartoon. Um, may have also been referred to as Ghostbusters Dark. Uh, yeah. Kitty, where'd you go? You're not eating the green screen, so that's good. Oh, there you are. Hi. And speaking of villain names, so GI Joe had Cobra Commander, which was always fun. And then later in the cartoon, anyway, there was Serpentor, which was just a weird name to me all the time. But and I don't know why I remember this particular fact, but in the cartoon, Serpentor was made from the DNA of various other uh, people, like even some of the GI Joe team, and like, how did you collect that DNA, Doctor Mindbender? I'm a bit concerned. All right, gotta take care of the cat real quick. So enjoy the chair. Come All right. We don't talk about Dr. Mindbender's other job, right? And then you can get into, does Dr. Mindbender ethically source DNA? And what might that mean? And so that amuses me way more than it should. Let's see, when did this happen? I'm still looking at articles here. All right, they are. Oh, if you want to see what the Ghostbusters TV show kind of looked like, there are some pictures on this article that I found. The one with the monkey. There you go. And let's see. We went over the Roll20 thing. RPG news. If you're interested in the upcoming Player's Handbook, the 2024 Player's Handbook for Dungeons and Dragons, there's a bunch of videos up on their YouTube giving you just little slices of what to expect. So if that's your jam, check out all of those. Let's see. Let's look at this. We'll look here. Oh, here we go. And I believe we talked about this already. How old is this? Oh, yeah, that's an old article, so we don't need to talk about that again. Da, da, da. Oh, and one of my favorite cartoons was Freakazoid. Sad it didn't last as long as I thought it should have lasted, but I really enjoyed Freakazoid. Oh, yeah, if you're looking for a bunch of mini adventures to take people on, Quest from the Infinite Staircase comes out in a week or two. It's one of the D&D books I'm looking forward to. Freakazoid was a must watch for me. Yeah. Let's see here. When does trying to see when that comes out. Oh, look at this. Like I'm just looking at articles again. If you have any questions for me about TTRPGs, we can talk about. Maybe you have a favorite you'd like to mention. Any tech, anything we normally talk about, just go for it. Probably gonna wrap up pretty soon because I'm getting a little hungry. Just Oh yeah, DuckTales. I completely forgot DuckTales. How could I forget DuckTales? DuckTales was one of my favorites. Speaking of which, I was going through some boxes a week or two ago, and I I used to love Garfield. Like I had all the books, you know, they would be these rectangular books. And you could just read the strips. And then that reminded me that there was one thing there was these larger books you could get about Garfield, and they would tell these different tales. There was one kind of Halloween, and they even made an animated special out of it. But man, some of these were creepy. Like Garfield was this terrifying. It would because of science experiment, whatever. Became there was this terrifying cat that would go around and claw people and things like that, and like Garfield got dark because there was like just these spooky stories, right? It was such a different vibe. Let's see. What am I doing? So, as most of you know, I will be at Gen Con. I will have my panel there. If you are going to Gen Con, please check out my panel. We'll have a good time in spite of all the things going on around it. Let's see here. Also, I believe I'm thinking about this, but if you are in right there is a link to my panel. Please come by. There are a few tickets left. At least there was a few tickets a day ago. Yes, there are a few tickets left. So yay. So if you're interested in it, please come by. There is also a possibility that if you are in the West Michigan area, it's Labor Day weekend. There's a convention called Grand Con, and a couple of my friends are doing some stuff with them. I might be running some games, and my panel will also be there. So if you're in the Grand Rapids, Michigan area, that's nearby to me, so you can check out there. It's a small con, but it can be a good time, and mostly doing stuff because my friend of mine is more involved with the con. They're looking for people to do things, so I might be running some D&D there, and I'll see if they have any interest in my panel there as well. So if all that works out, I'll let you all know. But they have board games there mostly. It's a board gaming convention, and they run Magic and some other tabletop role playing games. Here, other cartoons I watched. Robotech. I wasn't much of a fan of Robotech, much as I love Star Blazers. Star Blazers is probably my favorite cartoon ever. I watched most of the Space Battleship Yamato variations they've had, including the recent stuff. I still gotta get through the more recent stuff, but it's one of my favorite things to watch. That whole and with Galaxy Express 39 and Captain Harlock. Just love that. Love all those shows. Those are probably my favorites. We're off to outer space. Yeah, exactly. You know the Deep Lore theme song. And then, of course, there was He-Man and Voltron, and yeah. And She-Ra. I watched She-Ra. At the end of the original She-Ra cartoon, there was there would be a pan over an still, because this little creature called Lucky would ask if you had spotted Lucky during the episode, and they give you one more chance, during this little pan to spot Lucky during the episode. And yeah, I watched Scooby Doo and the Super Friends and Spider-Man and his Amazing Friends. All those, yeah. Just a lot of cartoons. Oh yeah, the Cartoon Express. That was on USA. With with the Hanna-Barbera cartoons like Speed Buggy and Jabberjaw and Grape Ape. All right, there was something I wanted to point out, and I just lost it. Hold on, give me a moment. I'll get back to it. Oh, so there's a website, and they've been doing this for many years now. It's called Found Footage Fest, and they occasionally do a touring show, and they find the weirdest stuff they can on VHS and other home video formats, and they package it up into a little about hour and a half presentation you can watch, and you can watch the whole clips if you get their video packages. But if you check out their Twitter, yesterday they did a lot of funny. And they found a lot of weird and funny clips for 4th of July. So definitely check them out. But yeah, sometimes the Found Footage Fest comes to my area of town, and I always try to catch when they're doing a show, because they just have this immense library of the most ridiculous things ever put to tape. I enjoy that kind of thing. And yeah, that Looney Tunes. I watched a lot of Bugs Bunny. I have a lot of DVDs of Looney Tunes too. A lot of the older stuff. That would be at the theaters and things like that. That eventually we'd see on TV as we were growing up. Um, let's see. I'm just looking for any other bits of news or anything in case something interesting has popped up in the today that I might have missed, or in the little while we've been talking. Thank you all for being here today. Definitely not an usual Tech Friday, and I appreciate everyone coming on in. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you, Zero, for that lovely, lovely raid. I'm so glad you all were hanging around today. All right, let's see here. We're going to look at a couple companies. Oh, I've mentioned them before, and I did a stream where I used their software. I highly, for streaming, I always highly recommend just regular OBS. Don't do Streamlabs, anything. Just regular OBS, and you're golden. One of the competitors coming up that's actually interesting is called Meld, MELD. So if for some reason now Meld is still in beta and they don't have all their features out yet, so you're not going to get exactly what you need, but they are, I think they are a company to keep track of. They're doing some interesting things, and yeah, they may be a good solid alternative. So hoping for them, they still got to go through and prove that they can be yet, but they're doing good things. There was, let's see here. I mentioned the OBSBot tiny webcam. Point that out. Oh, if you're looking to save some on streaming stuff, there's a company that I would watch YouTube videos on their stuff, but they do have some interesting products and some products that will work for you. They tend to cost less than other things, and they're fine. Is how I hear it pronounced most often. But yeah, check them out. Definitely watch YouTube reviews on their things. But yeah, if you don't know if you want to get into streaming and just want to keep your budget a little lower, check out some of their stuff. That they have some okay things, some stuff that's not as powerful as other things, but maybe it's all you need. So I would definitely recommend check reviews on the thing as well. But yeah, they've had a couple of things that I'm like, that's good sound, or, it's okay, or all right, that would work well. So definitely check them out if you don't know you want to get into streaming and you want to save some money. There's decent stuff that can be found there. And again, I am very excited because today this morning, I was informed that I will be a producer on a actual play show that's running in August, mainly to support it. That's filming in August, mainly to support a Kickstarter. And then you'll all see the episodes in September when the Kickstarter launches. So that I'm pretty excited about it, and I can't tell you much more than that right now. Heck yeah, great news. Yeah, thanks, Rex. But when I can tell you about it, I'll be like, it's this thing. I'll be like, I did this. But they've hired me on for producing and editing. So, yay. My rates look good to them, so yippee. Or moving forward, they decided to move forward with the project. 2, they picked me. So it's pretty awesome. I'm kind of excited for it. But that will start. We'll start filming that first full week of August when they start filming, and then like every week will be we'll film an episode, and then I gotta get everything to them by the end of August so they can have everything for their Kickstarter. Yeah, because I was told, hey, this place is looking for a producer for a thing. I'm like, oh, well, yeah. And then I was told what it would be, and I'm like, well, definitely, I want to be a part of that. So, yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it. Looks good. Oh, speaking of cartoons, before we go, there is a new Batman cartoon coming out. And it'll be on, I think it's on Amazon Prime. What's it going to be called? Batman Cape Crusader, I believe. Yeah, Batman Cape Crusader. And what's interesting about this is that it takes place in the 1940s. And so I'm very interested in how this will all, we have some photos of what it looks like. I'm very interested in watching episodes of it. Batman will have been Batman for like 2 weeks when the show starts. Not very long. Yeah, I'm so interested in just the aesthetic of it and everything. Originally, it was going to air on HBO Max, but they decided not to, so it got picked up by, I believe it got picked up by Prime. Yeah, it'll be on Amazon Prime. Definitely check that out. And if you want silly Batman, check out Batman Brave and the Bold, because that is just a fun cartoon. It's just a fun show. There's even a final episode, which is amazing. But there's a lot of... It's a lot of fun. It's not the serious Batman stuff that, we got to, but the Music Meister episode, that was, yes, yes, that was That was fantastic. There was a lot to like. It was, the story of the characters would kind of continue on as you went through, but there wasn't necessarily a big connected plot. It was more episodic than anything else. Also, if you can handle the more adult stuff, the Harley Quinn cartoon is amazing. Yes, the Harley Quinn cartoon. I've gotten to see most of season 1, but it's pretty good too. So we were talking about Games Done Quick earlier, and yesterday they released a poll. What was your favorite run of the day? And with 73% of the vote, Griffey MLB with peanut butter. That peanut butter was the dog. It took it by chance. You were in the kitchen, but congrats on the producer gig. Yay! Thank you. Hello. Welcome on in. To see about making myself more. I'm looking for TTRPG stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I did put myself out there for another thing, but I don't know if it's actually coming together anytime soon or anything at all. But there is so if that comes up, I'll probably talk about it. Let's see here. So yeah, maybe another announcement in the future. That one's a little more unsure, but I did put in for another thing. I'm not, if it happens, it happens. But this other thing, I was very excited for. Let's see here. All right, I think it'll be time to eat. Or maybe go to food trucks. I don't know. If I can get friends to go to food trucks, maybe we'll go to food trucks. So yeah, I'll wrap up there. Thank you all for being here. Let's see who is around for a raid. We will raid into... Let's go see Jordan. Yeah. Just like in sales, you don't ask, you don't get. Good luck with these new projects. Thanks, Rex. Appreciate that. All right. So, I'll get going. Thank you so much for asking the questions. We did a long dive in cartoons. If you want to know about 80s cartoons, the information, and probably 90s cartoons, the information is somewhere up here. If you have questions about them, I'm sure I've probably watched it at some point. So let's go say hi to Jordan. And yeah, thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. Thank you again, Zero, for the raid. And have yourselves a great weekend. I'll see you all Monday with a video game. Talk to you all then. Thanks for being here. Bye. Stay tuned for the raid.